Hello all, today we're going to talk about the baseline or the scheduled percent versus the actual or the real progress completion in Microsoft Project 2021. So as far as we are concerned, Microsoft Project don't actually come with the default baseline or the scheduled percent available. However, there are several videos which is this or another video over here. They have showcased us a very nice formula. But the main problem here is that after trying with their formula, the summary task level row percentage doesn't seem to tally with the percentage calculated originally by Microsoft Project. So the overall summary percentage level seems to be very important. Not seems to be, it's very important for my client. And the difference is around 5-6% or even up to 10% when the project is very large or complex. So let me just show you how they did their formula over here. So I have a template for the commercial construction. This is the default template from Microsoft Project. So let's say this is the project over here and we will use their formula. Don't worry, I will include the formula at the below section. So let's say we will use a custom field called number 1. And then we'll use their formula over here. Right click, custom field, and then click on formula. And I will paste this formula for you later. Click OK. And we are going to also apply the formula for the group summary row, which is click use formula here. And we can even rename it as maybe YouTube video number 1 here. And click OK. So it will definitely come out as an error because we haven't set the baseline for this particular project. And the formula requires the baseline date to be set. So go to project, set the baseline, and click OK for here for the entire project. It is still error because we haven't set the status status date that we wanted it to compare. So for example, let us set here at maybe probably 2 July. So you can click on status date, change it to 2 July. 3 July is fine as well. Okay. So we get some values over here. And maybe let's say we can go to the Gantt chart and we will plot out the status line first by going to grid line, go to status date, and maybe change it to red color so that we can see the status line over here. So let's say how we want to compare with the value we obtained from Microsoft Project. Microsoft Project comes defaults with this percent completion, percent complete. So let me just hide this column away. So what we're going to do here is that we're going to call Microsoft Project to actually automatically calculate the percentage of completion up to the current date. And there is a simple feature that we can use here, which is we go to Tasks and click on this Mark on Track. So as you can see here, Mark on Track means that based on the current status date, we will mark all the completion accordingly. So you can see that everything stops at the status date. And you can see here, overall, the percentage complete based on the formula here, all the smaller tasks, which is the subtasks, doesn't seem to have an issue. Okay. However, the summary level here, and even here seems to be having some issue. And in a certain larger project that I've handled, it seems that the number can be greater than around 6 or 7%, and that is a very large number for a commercial project or a commercial construction project. So let us test it out with the second formula as well, which is from the second video. So let me just include another row. Maybe I set it as number 2. Then right click custom field, change the name, maybe YouTube 2. And we will include the formula here and apply it for the summary rows as well. So you can see here, although this is not in percentage value, but this is like a integer, which is 1 is equal to 100%. But you can see the value obtained from the both video. It's almost exactly the same. It's just that for the summary level, the number is still not tally. So what I can do here is that I'm going to suggest an semi-automated way, which is we are going to do some manual calculation a little bit, and then we are going to do the comparison. Then we can get the same percentage as per the Microsoft project calculation. Okay, so I will use back the same project template again in the next part of the section of the video. Okay, so we'll use back the same template area, which is the commercial construction. So first thing first here, we are going to actually add back the percent complete, which is we add back the percent complete over here. And what we're going to do here is that we are kind of like doing some semi-automated way, which is we will actually craft out or get the scheduled baseline percentage and kind of like make a copy of it before we input the real percent complete or the actual percent complete here. So what we're going to do here is that it's very simple. We have the percent complete here, and then we are going to have maybe a status date. So let's use back the same status date as earlier, which is 3rd of July. And we're also going to put back the status line date because I resetted the program. So change it to rate. So what we are going to do here is that we are going to make a copy of the scheduled percent, which is, for example, everything until the red line here, how much of the percent has been completed. So we are going to actually use the mark on track. And this will tell you that at this particular 3rd July, how much of the percentage we should complete. Okay, so with this in mind, we are going to actually create a new column. But before that, I think I'll hide away some of it first and add a new column here. And let's just use the number 1. But let's just try to just directly copy and paste it to make a backup. And you will receive error here because this 8%, which is the percent complete, is text. It's not a number. So that's why when you try to copy paste here, you will have some error and it's correct. So you can actually copy paste this entire column into Excel or any Microsoft Word, remove the percentage and then put it back here. But I think that's a little bit very messy. So what we're going to do here is that we are going to insert another column and we're going to use the text one. So what this text one is going to do is that it's going to remove the percentage from the percent complete, and then we are able to use that and copy paste it back to the number value here. So you can use a custom field, change the formula, use the formula of function of VAL, which is value, and we're going to remove the percentage from the percent complete column here. Click OK. And apply for the summary task level as well. We can rename it percent complete text. So this is just the name. I put the text here so that I know which is which. Okay, you can definitely change the name accordingly. Click OK. And you can see that we get a very nice number over here and we can paste it. And basically this number over here, this is a static number whereby it's kind of like our scheduled or the baseline number, baseline percent complete over here. So we can right click, custom field, rename it, scheduled or the baseline percentage, and just as a reference we will call this as the number. Okay, so with this I think we have pretty much covered, and you can see here this percent complete and this is pretty much the same. So let's say later on when we want to actually change the actual real progress. So let's say I change this maybe to all of them to 0. Then I start to fill it in, maybe for example 100, 100, 100, 100. And then 100. Of course, you can follow the task there to make it more easier, which is you can click all of these. And you can click on the task and directly change all the percentage if you want to. But it's okay. I mean, there's not much task here. So let's just follow here. Okay. So you can see here, now the actual progress we have done is 9%. The schedule is 8%. And this number is actually correct, which is based on the schedule or the baseline over here, we're supposed to complete 8%, but currently we have already completed 9%. For the second part over here, you can see here basically we have completed a little bit more here, 40% and 12%. The overall completion is 45%, and the scheduled or the baseline percent here, which is 31%. So you can see here, basically we already done, we have the scheduled and the actual progress. And what we can do next is that we can actually find out the ahead or delay in percentage. So we can add another new column. So using number 2 maybe, and we can change the custom field. And this time we can make it ahead or delay. Click OK. And the formula here is very simple. We can just take the scheduled minus the percent complete. Okay, so scheduled is the number 1 minus the percent complete. And we will apply this for all the summary rows as well. So you can see here we are ahead by 1%. Based on the schedule, we are ahead by 14%, and other than that, other 0 here indicate that everything is on time. Okay, so however, for the third part here, 15 here, it indicates that we are slow by 15%, and this is the values that we need over here. So with all these available, we can also generate the graph or the report for us, which I think it's also very necessary. You can go to report and click on the new report card, click OK. And then you can see here, we don't need the actual work, remaining work. What we need here is the number, which is over here. And we need the percent complete, definitely. And also we need the, if you click on custom here, the small arrow here, we will click on the scheduled baseline that we have earlier, and also the ahead or delay percentage here. So you can see here, if let's say we change it to project summary level, the percentage of complete is around 9%. The scheduled percent complete is 8%, and we are actually ahead by 1% over here. So you can change the outline level, maybe on level 1, on what kind of the smaller task that you would like to see, or maybe all subtasks. Okay, so or maybe level 1 only, level 2, and etc. So with this, of course, you can do some customization here, changing the levels, adding some numbers, and etc. So I think this is a great way for you to get the summary level values to be correct. And if you don't need the summary value, of course, the earlier formula that I show you from the other 2 videos, that will be already sufficient enough, because with those formula, you can get all the task level information, which is the subtask over here. All the percentage, the scheduled percentage will be automatically generated. Okay, but for this method, the downside of this method is that every time when you have a new baseline, you will need to actually manually input this value over here. Okay, so that is the kind of like the downside of this particular method, but you can get the summary level percentage correct. Okay, so one last thing here is that sometimes we would also want to have maybe the scheduled baseline to show the percentage value, or the ahead or delay to show the percentage value over here. So Microsoft Project don't really allow us to put the percentage symbol over in a number field over here. So what we are going to do is that we're going to insert another column, which is called the text field again. Maybe we use the text tool over here. And this text tool is just going to take the scheduled baseline over here and then add the percentage at behind. That's all. So right click, custom field, formula, and we're going to take the scheduled baseline, which is the number 1. And then we're going to add the percentage value behind. Hopefully this is correct. Okay. Okay, so this is renamed scheduled baseline percentage text. The text is just a reference for me. Okay. Click OK. And basically you can get this up, and this is what you need to actually print it on the report and etc. Okay, the same, you can also do the same for the ahead and delay if you would like to display the percentage over here. So of course, if you ask me, there's a way that you can directly use the text custom field text and then key in the formulas and save everything here. But the main part here is that if you do that in your project report, which is the card earlier, this card over here doesn't allow text to be actually displayed. So if you use a text, you will not be able to use the scheduled baseline percentage or even the ahead or delay to generate your graph over here. Okay, so that's why for me personally, I would recommend that you create several custom field. One is the number field, one is the text field that you would like to print on your report, and etc. Okay, so that's all in this video. I hope this will provide you a way to at least figure out the way to calculate the summary level scheduled percentage, so that when you submit your report, it looks correct. It's not that only on the individual task level, but at the summary level, the values is also tally. Okay, thank you very much and have a nice day. I'll see you again in your next video.